Hey everyone, if you're watching this video, you're probably having a really shitty time with your AMD card. It's August 25th of 2020. For some reason, the past 2 weeks or so, after one of the latest AMD driver updates, quote-unquote updates, because I feel like they really just de-optimized the lower grade cards, so you go buy a new one. But that's besides the point. Once that update came out, I've been having crashes, I've been having lag spikes in games, and I mean lag as in like frame stuttering. The card seems like it's gonna catch on fire and melt because it's running so hot. Both my both my displays won't run at the same time. Whole bunch of crazy stuff. And mind you, I just bought this card less than a month ago. It's a 5700 XT, 8 GB. So I'd expect it to last longer than a month. With that being said, this is the cure-all right here. Radeon Software Slimmer, made by GS Dragoon. It is wonderful because if you've ever heard of NVIDIA Slimmer by Guru3D.com, basically this is along the same lines of that. It's going to remove all of the bloatware other than just the display driver and the audio driver, and I'm going to show you how to do that. So what you're going to want to do is uninstall all of your AMD software. Once you do that, reboot, do what you got to do, and just make sure, go to Device Manager, and make sure that your card shows as like, I think it's Microsoft default display adapter or something along the lines of that, to where it's not showing AMD. So that's just one way to check that all of the software and the driver is uninstalled. You're going to want to download this software and extract it to a place you'll remember. I put it right on my C drive because I'll be using this until this card melts. So what you're going to want to do is open up the program, have the latest version of AMD, their download. Just go ahead and go grab that on their website, and then you're going to want to browse for the executable in your downloads. And don't mind all these folders. It's because I've tried creating this video I don't know how many times, and I talk way too much. So I'm just going to cut it down short. And once you click next, you're going to obviously have it extracted into a folder. Click next. It's going to take a minute. And while that's working, if you've ever used NVIDIA software before or the NVIDIA Slimmer, it works along the same lines. You're just going to check and uncheck boxes. I'm going to show you exactly what to check and uncheck. And I'll also show you a little bug in the software right now, just so you don't mess up like the first time I did while installing the software, and then I was like, hey, didn't uninstall all the software. I'll show you right off the bat. So if you're going to check boxes or whatever, make sure you're checking inside the box, because if you're going like this and you're trying to uncheck, you'll realize as soon as I click the red mark or outside of here, it checked the stuff back off. So just be mindful of that. Make sure you're checking inside the boxes. So first off, sort by type. Leave all the drivers. Even if you don't use the audio driver, I recommend leaving it on there because I had a bit of a buggy installation the first time as well. I think that might have had something to do with it. And it's really not going to cause any issues because it's just a driver. It's not any software. You're going to want to go below and uncheck all of this stuff here. Right there. Yada yada. Alright, schedule tasks. Screw that. We're disabling all that. This is what I did, and I have a solid 40 FPS increase over what I had before. Modify installer. There you go. So this is all disabled, and the other stuff that was not a driver is now removed. After that, you're going to want to run installer. The typical Radeon splash screen is going to pop up. Just go through the quick install. It might ask you for a reboot, but when you do reboot, what you're not going to see is the little stupid AMD logo down there. And one other thing, when you're done with all of that, you might have to reopen up the program. Go to post install. I'm going to have to click this button so I can show you what I had to do. But you're going to want to disable host services, schedule tasks, disable that. There should be a little bit more, I think. It might just be because I've already done this step. System services. Take all these, set them to disabled. Installations. Yes, uncheck that as well. That was one thing I did in the beginning. And you're going to want to click apply changes. Again, it might ask you for another reboot. I'm not sure. Just do it. And again, I typically play a lot of Modern Warfare. This, for some reason, I was getting maybe 150 frames maximum. I would say more along the lines of like 130 frame average. And it was just choppy. You know, when you're trying to do like a, not a spin shot, but you're trying to like turn and shoot, and somebody's crossing a map and I'm getting like stuttering, it's just impossible to play. I'm getting my ass kicked out here. So this put me at 180 frames solid. I'm not having any issues. And mind you, this is a 5700 XT 8 GB. It's not the best card out there, but I can play on good settings to where it doesn't look all pixelated and crappy, and I'm not having any issues anymore. I can finally use both my monitors because I like to stream and I'd rather not have to tab in and out of everything. So yeah, please try it. Definitely go on to GS Dragoon's what is it here? His GitHub and leave him a star because this guy is awesome for creating this. He did say he was inspired by the Nvidia Slimmer, but yet nobody has done this yet. And so it's just great to have somebody out here who's making these cards not have to suffer, and making me not have to suffer because I just dropped money on this card. And it was a slight upgrade from my Nvidia 1060 6 gig, which isn't the best card either, but I'm not willing to pay $1,200 just to play video games. You know what I mean? Alright guys, so hopefully you liked the video. You throw a thumbs up, I guess. If you like seeing cars shoot gigantic flames, I tune for a living, subscribe. Most of this channel is all just car oriented as it is, but I do throw up helpful videos every now and then when I can. There's a couple other ones for like OBS and what have you. But yeah, I appreciate you guys, and I love you.